Hey, I'm down here in the port of Sacramento. It's my lunch hour. I brought some food with me, but I took a big walk, circled the port a couple times. That's my exercise update. In that walk, though, I walked across the truck scale twice, and it said 320, so the scale's going the wrong way. Anyway, I was a logger. I am a logger. I spent, a lot of my life, most of my working life, working in the woods with my dad. When the logging went bad for us, the statement I made is I'd been stripped of a heritage from the overregulation, which I still believe, to an extent. But that was my identity, was the logging, and for 10 years, I wandered, and I was in despair. I was, but what am I? That was what I was in my mind, and that was it. I did other work. I was a longshoreman and a sign maker. I am a longshoreman and a sign maker. But it didn't fit. It didn't fit like the logging did to me, as far as identity goes. And it was a horrible feeling. And I was depressed for this about 10 years of not knowing who I was, not being who I wanted to be. I even tried to be a cop at one time, and that wasn't, I didn't even make it through the academy because I could tell that it wasn't my gig. A year ago Easter, I was truly inspired. Identity-wise, I came to realize over these past months that the logging and the longshore and the signs, that's what I did. That's not who I was. We are created in the image of God. I was created in the image of God. All of us are. And I am His son. You are His sons. Those of you that have accepted the gift of salvation, through the blood of Christ, you are His sons, and that's who you are. That's my identity. Isn't in what I do. A lot of us men, that's what it is. Our identity is in our work, and actually it gets to a point where it's not fulfilling. My identity is I'm a son of God, which makes me a prince in the kingdom of God, which makes me an heir to the kingdom of God, a joint heir with Jesus, a joint heir with every one of you. And and God's inside me. So when I walk in the room, God walks in the room with me. I bring Him, wherever I go. My identity, so that's where my identity has come from, or has gone to, from it being all wrapped up into my work to actually realizing my identity as a son of God, as you are. My identity now is I'm God's son. I'm a prince in the kingdom of heaven. I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm a father. I'm a provider. Those are the things, the attributes. Those are the things that I am. Look at yourself and look at where where you draw your identity from. We get bad news. We get bad news every day. We get more bad reports in 2 weeks than someone 50 years ago would have gotten in a lifetime. I'm here in the port of Sacramento, where we're shipping rice to Asia. 80% of California's rice goes to feed the world. California is feeding the world. There's a good news report for you. Every time you interact with somebody, you have a choice. Always speak life.